welcome back to part 2 of What If Female Deku Was Overhaul's Girlfriend. So, where we left off, they, so I'm skipping the sports festival thing. So, in the internship thing, because, and Overhaul meets Hero Killer Sting in this What If. Yeah, the two crazy people that have two. Yeah, so, and plus before we get into that detail, the, yeah, during the sports festival thing, he, or overhaul, or during that 10 months thing, or 2 weeks thing, overhaul and Zumi were just hanging around, as overhaul wanted to, like, do. So I already know that I'm already skipped the part about how over, or how overhaul knows that the Zumi got the Nomu's tongue in her mouth. Oh, so she basically, or so then during the 10 days thing, or 2 weeks, he decides to be more romantic to her. Not too much. So sometimes he does that, and like he just wants to lay with her in like the same bed and spend the entire days with her. So they ended up training their quirks and to making sure she gets the appropriate things. So then this now I'm skipping the sports festival. Goes same thing to Ken, but overhauls there. He won against the cavalry battle, or actually he won against or actually he became dead last. So Zumi against or cavalry battle, as they music my Hank says, will his girlfriend take home the gold? As yeah, so Zumi won the first 2 rounds, and then for the third round, it was between now Momo, or it was the final round of the between overhaul, or no, between Zumi and Momo. Let's say because Bakugo lost, so did Todoroki. As yeah, Zumi ended up is like, oh boy, as she takes a deep breath, as Overhaul knows that, or all the pro heroes are prepared so that if Momo goes does that same thing again, tries to kill her off, Oh, yeah, because Momo saw what the the Nomu did to Zumi, as yeah. Plus, I forgot to add one little detail thing during the USJ thing. The handler's face looked at Zumi or the Nomu, and he went, "Oh, the Nomu went right for some random little," or as he's stumbling over his words because his when he because he his heart starts to pound as she or as he could sense the yeah, he could sense love from Zumi that's on the all the way across the entire USJ. Yeah. Okay. So so the yeah. So then the basically yeah, as he was paying attention to Zumi, yeah, as the Zumi was basically a magnet for the or for boys, but some girls like only one girl doesn't like her because yeah. Sorry about that. And the yeah. So so yeah, the it was basically my or the Zumi or the so Handler's watched the entire battle as he's scratching his side as he's thinking because Zumi has that a tendency to like train or to like attract boys and as everybody or all the except for one girl that's Momoruzu really doesn't like her. So but everybody loves Zumi so much and cares about her. So yeah, Zumi and Zuko are no Zumi him wins or so yeah. So the pro heroes are prepared if like all that stuff. But the yeah. So then Momo decides to do it anyways. She uses the like C4 as yeah to strap to Zumi's front as he or as she hits detonate thing as she or as Zumi exploded, but when she came back, she was like so embarrassed Ernst, because her like school uniform. Just imagine like I'll just use her as example. Imagine her shirt, like the ones that they supposed to wear, and pants, and yeah, with like a bra and underwear thing. Well, C4, instead of exploding the Zoomies' entire skin like usually C4s do, it just like made her like almost naked. Like literally, there was only a part of her shirt, and and or like that was as she basically was so embarrassed. He did. She like had like she did or Momo was disqualified because of that. Because she didn't use a like written like that. So yeah. So Momo got disqualified. That makes Zumi wins that round. And she won everything. And yeah. All Might and them are trying to like make her like have a fresh outfit because yeah, as she like with her destroyed clothes things, it was like her or everybody got a nosebleed, including overhaul. That in plus us, yeah. So yeah, she took she could have just made the entire like ocean red because how much blood because it was all the way around the entire globe. As yeah, she basically tries to like not be or she knows that she's embarrassed, but All Might or actually the Midnight tells her that it wasn't her fault that the Momo ended up using a unregistered thing to do it and but you survived. And yeah. So yeah. Midnight tells her that it, it was yeah. So Momo got yelled at by almost everyone because she used the C4 to basically blow up or tries to blow up Zumi, but ends up making her feel embarrassed. It's it's all over the news and like the footage of her naked thing. Yeah. So yeah, Nezu tells Zumi that I know that it wasn't your fault and yeah. So, as she was mostly embarrassed because of what, because that made, of course, Zumi was like, yeah, everyone, or like her classmates of class 1A and 1B, is more worried about her because if Momo's around and Zumi's, or they try to make sure Zumi was protected from Momo. So yeah, the and no, it's not like this is just a parallel universe kind. So yeah, Momo ended up had to get to a private hero things because and yeah, even like Inko tells Zumi that when this stuff happens a lot, or actually, so Inko tells Zumi that you're okay. The after all, she won't bother you, anymore. Okay? So yeah. So yeah, Momo who ended up being like, and when I say the like she could or Zumi could turn the entire sea red or, or like the entire oceans and all the way around the world to red with blood thing because it was produced around the entire world and they were so like because her body was yeah so they ended up making sure or she's not just the only one or class A and class B were the only ones that wanted to protect Zumi from like situations like that. The villains, like pro heroes and villains, protect Zumi from like being like super disposed. Yeah. So yeah. So Momo ended up getting or actually let's say there was a couple villains that heard about it and yeah, and Momo got kidnapped. Him or actually hold on. So yeah, internship thing. Let's say Momo was in that same like area thing. As yeah, the Momo wanted to or so she created a knife. She was about to stab Zumi in the head thing. But then one of the Nomus, the blind Nomu, or no, flying Nomu, grabbed or took the hit for her. and ends up like all three Nomus, or let's say not just three, a lot of Nomus went and let's say they tour her up. Not like ripping her limbs off. No, 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 no. They they basically literally three seven of them took Momo to a dark place, away from everybody. And they did terrible things to her. Yeah. And I'm going to leave that part off. So, yeah. So, Hero Killer Stain is about to stab Overhaul. Oh. Because, yeah. And but then he stops a few kilometers away from Overhaul's chest. Thus, as he turns around and sees a beautiful girl. Zumi was just trying to get the native and Tenya out of there, as Overhaul, or All for One, or no, Hero Stain ended up having that attraction, like basically attracted to Zumi. As, yeah, because, yeah. So then, yeah. So then the next night, he or she went to bed, and and she ended up couldn't sleep because they because how embarrassing she got, like since after USJ. Yeah. So then when they all got back to school, Nezu tells Zumi that the don't worry about the footage. It was deleted before, or 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 the that part of you or of Momo exploding your clothes off of your body. Yeah, it was deleted. So, yeah. So then, yeah. So she tells him that it was too embarrassing. Yeah, I know. The Yeah. So she was about to. She tried to not like, or she couldn't get that stupid image out of her head of Momo exploding her clothes, and she. It's like that dream that every student had when they were just like when they're in school or still in school, of them like woke up, or they go to school naked and everybody's laughing at them. Yeah, it's like that. But instead of laughing, they ended up having enough nosebleed that could sacrifice Toga's or quirk for centuries if that was even possible. Heck, Toga saw what Momo did in person before. And yeah, they basically, as Nezu tells her that, or tells Zumi that Momo won't be like, will be in her own separate class, like the public one, like because she comes to here, or if she sees you and she tries to kill you, we'll be there to make sure she's like, okay, yeah, thank you. As she even told Nezu that it was too embarrassing for her that. So yeah, even like Jiro and everybody, Money is very like on a high alert. Yeah, yeah. If it was in like some other what if, like what if Deku was like something, or was like a Momo's boyfriend, that would have been fine in to be around, but not in this one. So yeah, grapefruit girl or grapefruit really between, yeah, he saw what the Zumi's naked body looked like, and yeah, but he knows that Overhaul is about or is ready to kill anyone that even gets near her. So yeah, then time skip. So at the mall thing, let's say the um, uh, hand, the guy that has a hand over his face thing. Yeah, he ends up um doing like instead of like putting a hand around her throat thing, he decides to flirt with her, like, and yeah, as so yeah, then the camp arc. I'm skipping it because and during the first night before, they actually, or let's say, Overhaul and Zumi got a room thing, and yeah, he and her were basically basically were sleeping in the same bed. Yeah, as he tells her that the as let's say both of them were like a jammies as overhaul basically tells her that if they got married that they will end up will being in this, like, yeah. So then yeah, he locked the doors so that peeping mean or Maya Mina won't be like peeping through and seeing that. So yeah, overhaul was basically, or so the next morning Zumi woke up as, you know, that one scene where the from Akami gets kills where Ezeth and Tatsumi were sleeping in the same bed, and the here, let me show you before I. So it was like this one, and yeah. So yeah, but overhaul is the where Ezeth is, and Zumi is where Tatsumi is. Yeah, as yeah, as he's basically, or so yeah, that's what they did. And so then the camp park, and then the so and Momo, oh, let's change over to Momo. So Momo, they all thought she was missing, but she's getting harassed, like raped by seven Nomus that are still alive. Yeah. So the so she might be busy for a while. Huh? And yeah. As the Zumi that's now switched back. So yeah, so you will not hear Momo for through this entire rest of the What If series. So yeah, Zuko or Zumi ends up being a, like, yeah. So I'm gonna check something real quick. I literally had to check. So I'm gonna do part 3. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and do all the fun things in the world. So bye.